Hey all, it's Rightplan here from Novagamer. Today we are back with Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. This is Castle Defense 7. We're going to make this one a quick one. The last one that we had went a little long because we went over the changes from the patch, which was the mine traps, crafting, and things like that. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, go back and check Castle Defense 6. We give you a good description of those. Yes, there's crafting in the game now. So if you are curious what that is or you don't know exactly how it works, go check out that video. So we're going to make this one a little shorter. We left off right here. We're going to do the shoutouts and the castle description at the same time here, well, the wins and losses. So, basically, if you look here, you can see that we left off here. If you will look at Castle Defense 6, you'll see that we left off right around this area. We had quite a few losses after that because I was making some changes to the castle. But right around here is where I made my final changes and added the second part, which I'll show you. So then we started getting tons of wins. Irene Miku, I'll talk about your shoutout up ahead because I know that you wrote quite a long one, and I'll tell you how you can contact us because you said you wanted to talk. But he tried this castle. He beat it first, the quick way, which I'll explain to you. Well, he lost, and then he beat it the quick way, which I'll explain how he did that. And then he tried to beat it legitimately, which I really liked because I watched every single one of your attempts to see what you did. Then we lost. Then he kept going at it, and then he finally said, well, I can't win with regular attacks. I need more training. I don't think you need more training. I just think that you need more practice on this kind of castle. It's not something that's done every day, so it is kind of a change. Guess what I like to do. Then we got a loss. We got a win. We got a couple wins. And then right around, the wins and losses were kind of even. But then right around here, new castle, Master Shake. Yeah, we got a new castle for you. I'll have a new one again shortly, so keep checking back in case you're watching our videos. If not, start watching our videos. But for some reason, we hit a losing streak here. Don't know why. Big losing streak. Zorplex did right. Yeah, I like your videos. I've been using your fire traps for a long time now, but we have to switch since they got nerfed. Yeah, watch Castle Defense 6 and you'll see what I'm talking about. This double rat trap or hamster trap haul looks promising, and I missed the mines first time through, though. I'll explain to you what he meant by miss the mines. But right about here, we started getting another winning streak. Had a couple lost streaks again. Nice defense attack on mine. I will change mine a little. He did a really good attack on this. A nice job, DG974. And these names are getting difficult to say. Irene Miku, here's what I was going to say about the shoutout you did. You said you copied mine, added some more ballistics, and that you put it on the forums, which is awesome. It's a great design. However, players can dash and get 2 stars, which you did do, and I'll explain it to people. And a mage can kill them. Well, we discussed it. We should discuss this and prove it about together. Now, if you want to discuss this with me, it's kind of difficult in game. You can look me up on the public chat as well if I'm online. So add me to your friends list, see if I'm on, and you can chat with me on public chat if you want. You can also contact us on our website. You can email me at john@novagamer.net, or you can go on Facebook and write on our Facebook page, which is just Novagamer on Facebook. Now, if you want to talk to me on Google, you can chat all you want, but just by making comments on the videos and stuff like that. We always try to read comments, and we try to get back to them as soon as possible. So if anybody has anything, yes, we do try to keep up with our comments. So check our other videos to see how often we try to write back. Then we had a couple wins, a couple losses, and it was kind of even from then on all the way up. Some wins, some losses all the way. I finished with a -5 from last night, but considering we got a +15, it was kind of a 2-to-1 ratio, so it wasn't too bad. Because there's some changes to be made. So we'll go to the castle. Now, to make this quick, you don't need these 3 sections, and you don't need this section the way I have it. You can change these up any way you want. These are kind of time killers. This is kind of an extra couple seconds time killer. And then this is something to make people not want to grab stuff in this room and run back with it. If you don't like it there, you can add it to the end, which will have kind of the same effect. So, as always, I'll stop here for a second so you guys can take a look at that section. So you can try to set yours up by pausing the video here. And there's the second section. And that's right, we are getting this amount of kills with only a castle that has 2 major sections to it. So, when they first come in, you guys can change these to springboard traps if you want, but I find the 2 hamster traps are more feasible because not only do they use less resources, but they are harder to get through than springboard traps now. And especially since fire mines are kind of obsolete, you don't really need to put those fire mines in there either, or have a fire mine trap on the other side. So springboard traps have less effect now too. Not completely wiped out, but it seems like hamster wheels are becoming the new thing, because they're Not overpowered, but they're pretty much the best trap you got going now besides cannons and corrosion mines. So, once again, you can pause this anytime to see the two sections. I already gave you a little pause there for a second. Both sides are almost the same if you look at the two of them. There's just a couple minor differences. One of them is I put hamster wheels here, and I put the actual dampener here. The reason being is this is going to be difficult for runaways and knights because they're going to try to kill these mines and get hit by these hamster wheels that are guarding them. This is more difficult for ranged attacks because they'll stand back and try to attack, and the dampener will slow them down. Now, you can change this any way you want. A couple things I would suggest that you definitely do have. You definitely do have 6 of these here, and definitely try to put these in a row like that. That's where a lot of your damage is going to come from right when they first get in the room. Second thing you definitely want to have is 4 creature classes. And you can have one of each if you want, but you should definitely have these 4 in here somewhere. You want the Cyclopses, you want the Smelly Archers with the Bear Trap, so you want Sprint for the Cyclops, and you want Defendatrons with your Sphere of Protection, and you want at least 1 Dampener on each side. The reason being is these guys will dash in and knock you here and keep you in here longer. The Bear Traps will help it so people can't just dash through as easily. Dampeners, well, they're self-explanatory. People can't use their big skills. And here's the big one. These Defendatrons with the Sphere of Protection will guard your 2 mines here. And that'll make it harder for them to kill them and keep them in these rooms longer. You definitely want to, if you're going to put just 1 of each Defendatron on each side, you want them right in the middle of your 2 mines so they can guard the mines. I can't stress that enough. That they're almost the most important thing in this room. You can change anything you want about the creatures in this room, but I would always put these here. It makes it more difficult to kill those mines, and once again, this castle is all about keeping them in these rooms for as long as possible to do as much damage as possible. So once you get through that one, I put these guys in here just to give you some extra screw you. And then when they get into here, same thing, dampener as I already explained, and then I got the same Defendatrons guarding here. Now I only put 1 mine in here because I didn't want people, there's something I noticed is that when you put 2 mines in and you use all 8 in these 2, people get the star, they're like, alright, I got all the mines, and then they try to get the hell out. If you only put 1 in here and you keep 1 at the entrance or somewhere else in your castle, people, like towards the end obviously, people don't get the star yet and they think there's more to your castle, and they're not as inclined to want to rush through because they think there's more up ahead. I use the extra space to put these 2 big webmasters in here instead. So, I mean, you can change that up if you want, but I like the webmasters because they are low cost for high annoyance. Pretty much. That's the best way to describe them. And that's pretty much the 2 sides. It's a really easy castle to design. It does a lot of damage, and you can change this up. That's what I like to do. I like to make it so that you have a general basis, but you can change it to fit your needs a little more if you need to by changing up the creatures, changing up the traps in here. You could swap this out and put another cannon in. I mean, you can do lots of stuff. But the things I said that you definitely should have is what you definitely should have. It's what makes these hard. If you don't have what I just described in here, it's going to get easier and easier for everything that you try to say, I don't really need that. So let's get a quick run through. I am just going to do one run through because people started saying they wanted to see run throughs of the castle. I'm just going to show you how you can easily skip one part and get to the end, and then for the second part I'll actually stay and fight and try to get the mines. So you can see the difference between staying and fighting and running through. So once again, this is just here as an annoyance. Just run past this. So this one I'll run through. Somewhat run through.
I just need to catch my breath.
Alright, so now let's get serious.
Not now.
As I get hit by a hamster wheel, and I say that. Alright, so let's try to kill them now. Okay, that was easy. Okay, here, see? I can't kill that right now. There, now I finally did. That's why those guys are great. Makes it so they can't just run in and kill us real quick. Same thing, see? If you don't one-shot it, they start defending it. And now, see, I skipped the first one and I still had to use 2 potions in here. So the first one, think about it, would have used even more potions. And then run through. Now, if people stayed in there and fought, as you can see by my health and the amount of potions I've used so far, and I only really actually tried to fight in 1/2 of this castle. I've already used almost 3 potions. The last one I didn't have to use yet, but I did. And then that's the end. Once they get to here, I mean, they just do their... I mean, the creatures aren't too hard once they're in a big area like this. As you can see, I just killed a whole whack of them. And I don't know if people know this, but it's a little hint I'll give you. You can only have a certain amount of creatures attacking at one time. You could load this whole chamber with... This is why this method doesn't work that great. And I see a lot of people try to do it. Don't try to load your chamber in here with tons of creatures and hope that the creatures are going to kill them, because if I pulled everything in here and brought it all in here, you have a limit to the amount of your creatures that will actually attack at one time. So if you've reached that limit, the other ones just stand back and just run in circles and stuff and wait until you kill a couple of them, and then they'll start attacking you. So there is an action, and that's why if you've noticed, if people have here, the snot guy, what's his name? So that's the castle. You can see how much damage that you take that quickly. So it's really good, especially if people are actually staying in. Because I remember I skipped this whole section, and I almost used 3 potions just getting through here and into the end. Mind you, you could do that like 3 or 4 attempts and get through it and not use any potions. Or if you're a knight, you could use only 1 potion, but you can see how much damage it does. Snotatron, is that his name? Snottingham, there we go. Like, for instance, if you've ever seen some castles, they put Count Snottingham in there to activate everything in the room, and you don't have that much stuff attacking you. You have, like, 3 creatures in Snottingham, but then once you kill Snottingham, they've got, like, all of a sudden now you got, like, 6 creatures or 7 creatures on you at a time, because there isn't a limit to how many will attack you at one time. So just giving people a heads up on that. That's why I'm trying to make rooms like this, where there's creatures, but that all the creatures, you won't reach your cap, so they'll all attack. So just remember when you're designing it, don't put too many creatures in, because other ones are just going to stand back and wait for you to finish killing some before they'll attack. And then they won't serve their purpose. So just keep that in mind. But that's it for today. Once again, we tried to make this a little short. I'll make the next one a little better, less rushed, because I just wanted to get this out here for you guys so we can start a new castle, because this one was delayed a bit. We do have some more Shroud the Avatar videos coming out soon, and that's a game in pre-alpha. If you guys haven't seen that, feel free to check out our videos on that. So I'm going to try to get out at least 1 more castle design before they come up with another pre-alpha test, because I'll be covering that then. So keep checking back. Subscribe above if you haven't already, so you can see when our new castles come out. And comment below on if you don't have to comment on just this game. We take comments on games you want to see, castle designs that you want to see. Talk about old ones that I did that you think that I should improve upon because it had good potential. I mean, like, you comment on anything. We try to keep our comments up to date. You can go back and check our other videos, and you can see how much we keep up with the comments, because we like hearing from you guys. So hopefully we keep hearing from you. And yeah, I'll get this ripped apart and I'll start all over and get another one out for you shortly. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and as always, happy gaming.